Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 411. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Gloria. What's up, Gloria?
Hello.
What's up, Mike D?
Hey, what's happening?
All right, so tell us, Mike D, what did you think of Fear the Walking Dead?
Wow, right out of the starting gate, all right.
Yeah.
At clocking in at about an hour and a half, I was expecting, I guess my first thoughts, I was expecting a little bit more, I guess, carnage, a little bit more out of the starting gate going on, kind of like we did with The Walking Dead in its pilot episode. But I can see what they're going for is kind of a slow build, but I found this, although on one hand, it was an interesting way to introduce the characters, I felt like it didn't, I felt like it was a very mediocre episode.
I agree. Absolutely. I think the most of the consensus is that it sucked because basically even the first Walking Dead episode was more exciting. How could you... When I was talking to you off air about it, I was saying I compared it to the Enterprise, and I'll explain to you why I gave that analogy. Basically, you go from seeing, like, say, the Enterprise, Voyager, all that, right?
You're talking about Star Trek Enterprise for people out there that you're...
Yeah, Starship, yes.
Star Trek Enterprise.
Star Trek Enterprise, right. You go from seeing the highest technology with Voyager and all that stuff, with phasers and photon torpedoes and the transporter and tractor beams, to no technology, but yet it's still Star Trek. Which, even though that they did that, Enterprise was good, the pilot. It was a great pilot, okay? But, again, now we go from whatever we've seen with The Walking Dead, and even The Walking Dead original pilot was better than this. To me, I just don't understand. If it just starts, right, immediately if some walker bites another person, it's going to carry on fast, like really fast. Because you can't, they're not going to stay in the building, and then the walkers didn't even look like walkers, which I don't know why they're going to make them look different.
If I may suggest, by the way, I would like to address each of your comments as we go, because I don't want to go ahead where you hit us with like 5 or 6 things and then I end up forgetting something.
Gotcha.
If you don't mind, I would love
to. Fine. That's fine.
To pick up from where the comment you made about like how this started, I never like prolonged build-ups as like the first scene of something, because you're like, already, let's get on with it already, you know? But I put myself in the mindset of, have I been kind of desensitized from watching Walking Dead so many seasons, that I kind of knew an expectation when I was watching Fear the Walking Dead with the pilot here, but I really didn't feel that at all. I really felt like it was kind of like they were really going to be leading into something within the first 10 or 15 minutes, but I didn't realize that basically this whole first episode, nothing really was going to happen. They were just introducing the characters, and like you, I'm wondering, like, why is this so selective with, like, certain people that die and come back, whereas, like, others, like, nothing's going on? Because obviously they're not having, like, a mass outbreak. I mean, there can't only be just, like, a handful of people that died in Los Angeles that day. I mean, there had to have been, like, enough to where it would have caused some sort of noticeable problem rather quickly.
It did start a little with the guy waking up and biting the cop, and the helicopters were filming it and stuff. That was a little bit of it, but that's just one of them.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why it didn't kind of get bigger clumps of people like it happening, because there were a lot of kids missing school and everything. It's like, why aren't they dying and coming back, and then them finding out about it? Like, maybe I think it might be the government trying to like kind of keep it in secret, kind of to where there won't be mass hysteria, possibly. But I don't know.
It looks like that's kind of the angle they're going for, based on what the next episode is going to have.
Yeah.
I was expecting that the older patient that was in the hospital room next to Nick was going to die and like turn, and
that's what I thought.
That was going to be the whole build-up, was that he was tied to the bed, couldn't go anywhere, so he was going to get rescued at the last second.
Yeah.
That's what I
But
thought.
that never happened.
Never happened.
He did end up having to be, like trying to be resuscitated, and then they took him out of the room. I think they knew
Well,
what was going to happen, so they took him out of the room.
actually, they showed in the some of the scenes for the next episode. They actually showed something going on at the hospital to where like the military were out front, and there was like a patient walking out in a gown, hospital gown, that was getting shot at. So maybe that guy ends up flatlining, and they put him in the refrigerator. And he
Well,
ends
that's
up
what I thought. I thought that he became a walker, and they were just zapping him. I thought he turned into a walker.
Yeah, and they were doing that, and they took him out of the room for safety, basically, because they knew what was going on. Maybe they're all, like, in on the information, the government, like, trying to keep it in secret and everything.
Just to be so we're clear, they're never going to explain what started it. They said that from the get-go. Don't go to watch this to expect what the answer is, because they're not going to tell you what started it.
Do you think they'll eventually tell us, like, by the end of, like, The Walking Dead?
No. I mean, I think maybe they might, but in the last episode.
Yeah.
But you have to understand something. Something happened where everyone in the entire world has the thing to turn into one. So what the hell could it cause everyone to have it?
Yeah.
Like instantly.
Something airborne, probably, or something.
I mean, it's got to be more than airborne. It's got to be something like instantly everybody has that thing. I don't know. I don't like the. Now you can tell me if I'm wrong, Mike D.
Well, if it's an opinion, I can't tell you that you're wrong.
Well, I mean, all right. You tell me what you think. My
Sure.
opinion is that I hate the whole entire cast. The mother is just horrible. She's not likable. She doesn't care about her kids. She's a piece of crap. The stepfather is just boring. The drug addict son I really don't care about, and the girl, all right, whatever. But there's nobody like when I was talking to Sharon about it, Sharon's like, "Oh, are they gonna die? Hopefully the next episode, whatever." I'm like, "No, that's the mid-cast." And she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. We got them for 2 seasons."
What did I say about it? About they're going to meet up with our group in the original, and I said that they're going to be, for them to kill off. So there's extra people to kill off, so they don't have to kill off the main cast of the original.
Right.
I say the dad is going to die. The guy that looks like Kumar from Harold and Kumar, his dad.
Yeah.
Or an older version of Kumar, that guy. Because he's one of like the 3 character actors that I counted in this series, like within the first 10 minutes, that whatever they're in is like terrible. And that gave me kind of a bad sign for things for me. But, actually, I kind of liked the mom. I thought she was okay.
Yeah,
I thought that she... Well, the thing is, like, I think she was the most compelling of all the characters, actually. Yeah, because, I mean, like, to me, in The Walking Dead, the actors seemed to be a bit charismatic. They drew you into what was going on. And this, like, it was kind of flat a bit by comparison.
Mm. Well, I think we have 6 episodes total, right? Or is it 8? Something like that.
I'm not sure.
I actually I don't like the character of Nick, the druggy son, but I do think he is cute. In a Johnny Depp kind of way.
All I know is that I guess I'll watch it.
By that regard, I could say that the actress that plays his sister is kind of pretty, but, who cares? And even the mom. I mean, the mom's kind of hot, but I mean, like...
I don't necessarily like the character, but I think the actors are, well, he reminds me of Johnny Depp, so...
Unfortunately, the season was renewed before it even started, which I think is a Fantastic Four mistake.
Yeah.
Because you don't have set 2 seasons before you even air it. And I made an announcement before, Mike D. I am not going to review Fear the Walking Dead on the Walking Cast. Not even Chris Hardwick from The Nerdist is doing Talking Dead for the Fear the Walking Dead. On his show, he was mostly talking about season 6 and stuff, and they showed a little bit about Fear the Walking Dead, but they're not even doing Talking Dead until the finale of the Fear the Walking Dead. So that's how much they think probably sucks too.
Well, it's probably more of like oversaturating the market with a similar product, because I think that that's a mistake that they're making. Usually they wait to do spin-offs towards like the end of a series life, and they're going to like just oversaturate the market with this, and there's going to be a lot of people kind of turning against the whole franchise.
Right.
I believe.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want this spin-off to be the cause of any, lowered ratings for the Walking Dead, because that would be upsetting.
I still think that Walking Dead peaked. I mean, I don't hate it. I just being realistic and honest, I think Walking Dead has peaked, and I think that. I mean, what are we into, like season 6 now?
Season 6, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at like Star Trek: The Next Generation. Look at some of these long existing franchises. By the time they get to like their 6th and 7th season, they're already just kind of like they've already kind of been there, done that, and peaked already as far as the fan base is concerned. People, they're a bit fickle, and zombies have been popular for a while, which is they become trendy and hip to like, but like I remember back when it was just like George Romero's zombie, like Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, stuff like that. But they've made zombies so mainstream now. I think that it's starting to run its course.
Yeah, and also in this universe, the Walking Dead universe, there's never been a horror movie with a zombie in it. That's what they said, that the people don't know what a zombie is. So. And another reason to not get sued by George Romero.
Yeah, that's one way to get around. Well, George Romero hates The Walking Dead.
I know he does. Yeah. I know he does with a passion.
And the Walking Dead, like even the modern zombie, would not even be around without George Romero. The whole idea of zombies like reanimating other zombies by biting them, and the whole thing about them eating flesh and stuff, that all goes directly back to Night of the Living Dead.
Yep. Absolutely. All right. I wanted to talk about Fantastic Four, but I'm going to do a separate one on that because I don't want to. Let's just keep the Fear of the Walking crap on this one and go no further.
I'm willing to give it. I'll probably watch this season, I would say. Just give it a chance to see where it goes. I mean,
okay, let me ask you a question. Could this crapness get you involved in the real thing again?
Get this crapness.
Because it sucks so bad, will it get you to go back to the real thing?
Well, that's not saying Walking Dead's going to be any better when they come back.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great, but
I think
Did you see that little promo they did for the Walking Dead?
Yeah, I mean, it looks good if we hadn't already like seen it. I mean, it's like we've seen this like year after year after year. It's like the same scenario. It's just kind of different characters tweaked a different way, maybe with a little bit of a different. I mean, how many people can they possibly come across now and end up making a mistake by trusting them, and those people end up turning around and stabbing them in the back, or it ends up biting them in the ass. I mean, it's like it's like the boy that cried wolf. We've seen it too many times now.
Well, they have to do something different, though.
Yeah, and the thing about The Walking Dead, it's not that I despised it. I just didn't really appreciate the crap that they did. Where we ended off with the last commentary.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the last commentary that we all shared with talking about it. I mean, I know it's been a while since that's kind of come and passed, but I probably will, honestly. I mean, I could easily sit here and go, oh, you know what, I'm never going to watch it, and then just secretly watch it. I probably will watch it when it comes back. Right. I'm still not happy about the crap that they pulled on us as an audience, but I'm still, I guess in this instance, big enough to allow them to try and show me that
make up
they
for
still
it.
have,
Right. All right. On that note, guys, that's it. Take care. Bye for now.
See ya.